Hi everybody, it's the Fatball Guy, and we're going to do something a little bit different today with the pick six at Churchill. We're only going to handicap Churchill today to try to get ready for this pick six. And I wanted to show people a little bit of the Ticketmaster on Formulator on DRF and how we're coming up with our ticket. We got some A horses, we got some B horses, we got some C horses, and how it all kind of correlates into $1,600 ticket. That was our budget. We got 4 guys, and we're all trying to throw in a few $100 here to construct this ticket. So the first leg, I don't know how well you can see this or not here, is 489. And we came up with the 489 just by that's the horses that we think have a chance with the way the race is setting up and stuff. And I know people have their own opinions on who can win and who can't, but that's kind of where we're at on that. We got the 489. We like the 4 a little bit better than the 8 and 9. The 4 is the Smart and Destiny horse that hasn't been out. But he does have 2 wins at Churchill. He does like the distance. I'm not thrilled about the rider, but I think he's got a good chance. And then, we go down here to the 8 and to the 9, Priscini. You got the leading rider. You got Cox. You got Cold Feet, who just win. It was a weak race that he did win, but if you remember that race, there was a 1-5 shot in there that ran out of the money for Tom Amis. So I'm not sure what he beat, but those 3 are our main horses. And then we have saved with 2 C horses. Our C horses are Calvin Burrell in case he makes the lead and keeps running, and then also the Mountaineer horse here on the rail. If I can get to it here, with John Court. The horse does like to win, but he's never hit the board at Churchill. But we don't want to be out in the first leg, so we decided to at least take a couple C horses in the first leg to where our ticket would still be alive. The second leg, we really like Amazing Kitten as the main A horse, and if I had to single a horse in the entire pick 6 here, it would be the 1 Amazing Kitten. That would be our single, but because we have a good enough budget that we can take some B's and C's, our B horses in here are going to be the 5 and 7. The 7 I know a lot of people like. The Straight Maiden dropping down to Claiming, I think has a huge chance in there, and I also think the 5 has a big chance in there. So then we go on to the 7th race, which I think is the easiest race of the day, and so do my partners. I think either the 1 Majestic Harbor or the 5 Agent Denozo, one of those 2 will win. But again, the Calvin factor, we didn't want to not have Calvin on the ticket here on Tap Town in case he gets loose and just keeps running. So we got Calvin as a B horse. We don't think anybody else can win that race. I know a couple people like the 7, but I don't think the 7 has any chance in there. I think that's the easiest race of the 6 that we're trying to deal with here. Now the 8th race I think is extremely tough. You could go in a multitude of different ways. We've got 2 A horses, 1 B and 1 C. First I'll start with the C because it's on the screen. Again, as a Mountaineer horse, they don't win very often, but I don't think he'll be anywhere near 4 to 1. I think he'll be about 7 to 1 when they go off here. I just don't think anybody's going to bet on him. And then Money Grabber is one of our A horses. He did lose to a really tough field on the grass last time. I think he'll relish the distance. I like the inside post for him. And then our other A horse is Dallas Stewart out here in the 8 hole with Daddy Approves, again dropping down a little bit. Ran a good race. I think he wants the distance. I think he'll run really well. Our B horse is the 4, which is Crazy About Me. A Gulfstream shipper, shipped into Keeneland, didn't run real well, but he was running way over his head. So we're going to put him as the B. So we got the 3 at 8 and then the 4 and the 1. So now we move into the 9th race. Again, another tough race. You can go a bunch of different ways in here. Our A horses are the 3, Miss Brown Sugar, number 5, Allegheny Angel, and the 9, Rafalina. And I'm not safe with those. I really think that other horses can win, but because of budget constraints, you got to make some tough choices. Our B horse is a horse that probably nobody will have on their ticket. If we could catch this B horse, we could have the only ticket, and that's the 8 Cherokee Beads. Burrell's not good on the grass. We all know that. But I really believe that this horse is bred like crazy for the grass and has a heck of a shot, and he's going to be every bit of 10 to 1, maybe 20 to 1. And then our C horse, one of our partners convinced me to throw him on the ticket. I really didn't want him on the ticket, but he got thrown on the ticket by a partner, and that's the 7 horse here, Charlie the Prestes. They're scared to death that he could make the lead and just keep running. So that's our 5 horses in there. And then in the last race, this is where the scratches are going to be important. If the 1A is scratched, we will not have the 1. If the 1A runs, we will have the 1A as a B horse. Our A horses, again, is Calvin Burrell, the 8. That's just class over the top of these, big ring. He's liable to just open the gate and be long gone and just keep running. Or he might run till the top of the stretch and stop to a crawl, and that's where we're going to take the horse that jumped the rail the other day, the 5. I don't know how many people watched that race, but this horse, Appealing Image, was eliminated at the start, and this is what I love about the formulator. It says ducked in shoot, vanned off, and then I can quickly watch just the beginning of this race, just so I can see for myself. And you'll be able to see what he does here. That's him, the 2 right there. And then watch what happens here when they get to the break. Whoa, he jumps again, and then Rosie takes a hold of him, takes him back to last, and just tanks him around the track for another day. And then they put him right back in, so he's obviously, there's nothing wrong with him. So that's the way we're going to play the pick 6. Again, our ticket is not finalized. We're going to wait on some scratches to make some final adjustments. But those are the horses we like in the first 4 races, or the pick 6 races. Now the 4 races of the pick 4, the Wesley Ward horse on the rail, as we all know, will probably be about 3 to 5, 2 to 5. I was told that the Drury horse can run a little bit, not the 2, but the 3 Breakstone. So if you want to save a little bit with the Drury horse, go ahead and do that. In the second race, I was told the Asmussen horse is a flat-out runner, so make sure you take that horse. And then, of course, obviously anybody can see that the 2 or 3 could both win. So if you take 2 of them in the first a little bit, 3 of them in the second, leaning way more heavily on the Asmussen horse. I believe firmly in having an all somewhere in the pick 4 if we can. And because of the Asmussen and the Wards in the first and second, you can definitely have an all ticket here. So if you can afford to take all in the third race, do it. If you can't, I like the 3 Quick Praise the best, and then save with the 6 and the 7. Don't fall into the trap on the 7. That of course had no excuse last time. Yeah, he's got a great post and a great trip this time, but don't get suckered too far in on that horse. Make sure you got other horses, because that horse does not have to win. And then when you get to the 4th race, the 1 looks decent. The 3 is our top horse. JJ Got Even is the 3. He's the top horse, and also the 4 a little bit, and the 7 a little bit. So we'll have those 4 in the last leg of the pick 4. So the way we're going to play the pick 4 is, heavily on Ward in the first, save a little with Drury. Second race, heavily on Asmussen, save with the other 2. Third race, all a few tickets, and then just those 3 on a few tickets. And then in the last race, we're going to rely on just those 4 horses. All right, so good luck today. Hopefully this video gets to everybody. I know we've had a little bit of issue with videos. Hopefully this will get to everybody, and good luck.